We've got some fascinating facts about some frightening flora.
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
We live on a planet. This is a planet, and this planet is full of plants. Almost sounds like planet.
That's why they call it a planet.
But you take the E out, and you got plants. We've got plants all around us today.
They're totally
not
real.
They're fake. There's over 400,000 species of flora on this planet, and if you've ever seen the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie, The Happening, you know that you should be scared of all of them. Spoiler alert!
You're not, spoiler alert should come first.
I believe in the spoiler alert after the fact, and also I can't say it.
I don't know about that movie or those plants, but in general, as it turns out, plants can be very scary. And I'm not just talking about the Venus flytrap or the pitcher plant.
I'm not scared of that.
Eating bugs alive, boring. We have rounded up individually to present to you and each other what we believe to be the scariest plants on the face of the planet. Just see if you can scare me, Rhett.
How about the castor oil plant? That doesn't sound scary.
No?
They put castor oil in all kinds of stuff. Hair product, which I use quite a bit of, as you can tell.
Sure.
Skin product, which Link uses a lot of. Do you? You use a lot of skin product?
No. I like how when you looked at me like something about when you said
I investigated your skin quickly.
And then you like you were glancing.
I would know that though.
Right.
I'm not with you in the morning though.
My mom washed her face with Noxzema.
Yeah.
And as a kid,
not a sponsor.
She would tell me to wash my face with Noxzema. I can't say it, but
castor oil, it's in a lot of people's gardens and it's on a lot of people's faces.
I was like a woman doing like a beauty treatment as like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't share that. Nope. It's also in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the world's most poisonous plant.
Really?
Because it has ricin in it. You've seen Breaking Bad, you know what happens when you ingest ricin.
You die immediately.
If you take no, you don't die immediately. You apparently
die
didn't pay
over
attention.
time.
It was a couple episodes actually.
Well, that was like season 1.
4 to 8 seeds are enough to get a lethal dose of ricin, which will lead to burning sensations in the mouth and throat, intense abdominal pain, and bloody diarrhea. That's my favorite part of ricin poisoning is the bloody diarrhea. And then you die within 3 to 5 days. So stay away from the castor oil plants unless you want to put them on your face or in your hair. I don't really understand how it works, but don't eat them.
All right,
don't eat Noxzema. Well, no, we shouldn't say that.
Don't even mention Noxzema.
Yeah,
or the
forget I ever said
me.
It.
Or my mom.
It probably doesn't have castor oil.
All right, I've got one. Try this one on for scary size. Dracula orchids, native to Central America.
Scary.
First, very scary name.
Yeah.
And if you look at these things, they're scary too. They got this blood red color and strange long spurs. It's like blood dripping off of them. But I don't think they
don't look like Dracula.
No, they look like a creepy howler monkey or like a baboon, like grinning.
Yeah,
like
baboon orchids, bloody baboon orchids.
So forget the blood. I'm saying this
Have you seen that movie, Baboon?
No, M. Night Shyamalan?
No, he did not make this one. It is very scary.
I'm saying just because they look like scary, creepy, tooth-bearing monkeys, that this is a scary plant.
Tooth-bearing monkeys.
Like
in all monkeys except the toothless ones that I don't know about.
I mean they bare their teeth.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. They're grimacing.
But what do they do, you ask?
Yeah, just so obviously if you eat this thing, you die, right? Is that what you're about to tell me?
No, they smell like mushrooms, and that attracts fruit flies that pollinate mushrooms to also pollinate them.
That's it?
That's it.
They just look like monkeys? Did you not understand the premise of this?
These
are the world's most scariest plants.
They are deceptive, and that is scary.
Well, how about this one that actually is scary? It's the stinging bush.
No comment.
It's a large shrub native to the rainforest areas in Australia and Indonesia. This thing grows up to 10 feet, heart-shaped leaves. It is characterized by having little, you've seen plants like this, like those plants that have like little stinging things all over them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've actually seen this one, but these have little stinging little needles all over the entire surface of the stalk, of the leaves and everything. So those stingers.
Animals won't eat them.
Right, maybe, and I won't eat them. Those stingers contain a powerful neurotoxin that can, the pain, if you just rub up on this thing, the pain will last for days, weeks, or months. And then you'll get this rash that slowly joins together into a giant red patch of skin that looks like a horrible psoriasis breakout. And not only that,
looks like a map of a erupting continent.
It doesn't just lead to this rash, it can kill you. It can kill humans, it can kill dogs, it can kill horses. And then the pain is so bad that there are tales of horses that brush up against this thing, then going crazy and jumping off of a cliff to kill themselves. And there's a tale of an Australian officer who shot himself to ease the pain of the sting. And here's one word for word man's tale from Australia. For 2 or 3 days, the pain was almost unbearable. I couldn't work or sleep. It was a pretty bad pain for another fortnight or so. The stinging persisted for 2 years and recurred every time I had a cold shower. There's nothing to rival it. It's 10 times worse than anything else.
You channeled Keith Urban for that one.
Stinging bush.
You'd be like
actually scary.
You could be an understudy for like American Idol, which no one watches anymore except me and my kids. Here's another one, the ghost plant, AKA the Indian pipe, AKA the corpse plant. Now tell me.
It doesn't make it scary because you say it in that voice.
2 out of 3 of those names are scary. What about Monotropa uniflora? That's kind of scary.
That sounds inviting.
These are very rare. They're in temperate regions of Asia and the Americas. The plant is totally white because it doesn't contain any chlorophyll.
Like white asparagus, you ever tried those? They grow them like under a box.
But spookier.
Fancy restaurants.
Scarier than that.
I'm not scared of those either.
It looks like a group of ghosts like, going to work, oh, we're going to work today, spooky. But what does it do, you ask?
What does it do, Link?
It grows out of certain fungi or funguses
scary.
that grow on the roots of other plants. It basically steals the energy from other photosynthetic trees because
that's really frightening.
It cannot photosynthesize. So it is parasitic.
Oh, wow.
AKA scary.
These things are gonna show up in my nightmares now.
Spooky life suckers.
Again, Link, your plant is not actually scary. I'm gonna move on to one that is. The angel's trumpet. This thing is found in tropical regions of South America, but
what could be scary about an angel trumpet?
It's also found in just gardens around the world, including the United States of America, because it's so pretty.
I've seen these.
Because it has these large, fragrant, bell-shaped flowers. But don't play that trumpet, because it is poisonous if you ingest them. Especially the seeds and leaves are dangerous. It contains alkaloids that produce paralysis of the smooth muscles. The smooth muscles are your involuntary muscles, like your bladder. You don't want your bladder to be paralyzed, trust me.
Especially in the open position.
Leads to, that would be stuck in the open position. It's not like a gun.
Either I don't want it to freeze in any position.
Leads to confusion, dry mouth, diarrhea, migraine headaches, visual and auditory hallucinations, rapid onset cycloplegia, which is paralysis of the eye muscles. You don't want those stuck in the open position either.
And it sounds like encyclopedia.
And finally, death.
Ooh.
So if you happen to see these, let the angels play them, but don't put your mouth on them.
Really? I mean, I've seen these in parks. You gotta be careful about this. All right, listen, I got one more.
You gotta be careful about this.
I promise you, this one looks scary and also is, by your standards, scary. This one's called the doll's eye. Check it out, native to Eastern North America. I've never seen this. I'm from Eastern North America.
Yeah, I've been there also.
Grow 2 feet tall, 3 feet wide. The white berries look like skewered eyeballs. Imagine walking up on this thing. You're like taking a nice hike with your kids and it's like, gosh.
It looks like something.
It's like someone just plucked balls and just
Who's the guy? Guillermo del Toro. Is that his name? This looks like something that would be in one of his movies.
In one of his movies.
Yeah, and it would coming out of somebody's hand.
Right, but what does it do,
What does it do, Guillermo?
The berries contain cardiogenic toxins that have an immediate sedative effect on human cardiac muscle tissue.
That sounds bad.
Cardiac muscle tissue.
What about horse?
They put that too, probably. It says human, so I'm just gonna stick with human. They put your heart to sleep. It's like slowly falling out of love with life and dying.
That's real
It's
bad.
sad.
That is scary.
It's
I don't
sad.
want it to fall out of love with life,
You
ever.
know, who wants, I touched some eyeballs and my heart stopped. The rest of the plant is also toxic. This is scary by my definition and yours. Are you happy?
I'm very happy, and you should be happy too, because now you know what things not to touch or eat, or at least, you know, a few of them.
Thanks for liking and commenting on this video.
You know what time it is.
I'm Ruby. I'm from Victoria, Australia, but I'm in Noosa, Australia, and it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
Make sure you check out the latest episode of our podcast, Ear Biscuits. This week's special guest is Anna Akana. She's also featured on tomorrow's episode of Song Biscuits. We wrote a song about the life of a hamster with her, and you should watch it.
Also, click through to Good Mythical Morning. Rhett shares the story of going back to North Carolina and learning something about himself.
Encourage the microphone.
Microphone, wake up.
You're not a plant. You should be thankful about that.
You are so still.
You're not scary. You don't even have a soul.
You're motionless.
We like that about you.
And you're always here for us.
Thanks for receiving our voices.
You can do it. You can be a receptor.
I would hate me if I ran into me in like an airport. I don't like men who spend this much time on their hair. I really don't.
Can you put that on like a t-shirt and wear it at an airport?